There are stars who rise, shine for a while, and then fade away. But there are also those rare souls who leave a light so powerful, so unforgettable that even when they are gone, we still feel them. Patrick Swayze was one of those souls. He wasn't just an actor. He wasn't just a dancer. He wasn't just a singer. He was a man who lived his life as though every moment was a performance, every day a chance to love harder, fight stronger, and rise above. From the sweaty dance halls of Dirty Dancing to the heartbreaking romance of Ghost, from the wild adrenaline of Point Break to the quiet moments on his Texas ranch, Patrick Swayze embodied resilience and passion. But behind the fame, behind the iconic performances, was a man fighting battles most of us never saw. He faced tragedy, addiction, heartbreak, and finally, an illness that promised to end him quickly. Yet even in his darkest days, Swayze chose courage. He kept working, kept loving, kept fighting until his very last breath. And when that final moment came, he spoke 3 words that defined not just his life, but his legacy. I love you. This is not just the story of an actor. This is the story of a dreamer, a warrior, and a man who taught us how to live and how to say goodbye. Welcome to Hollywood Vault 8 a.m., where we uncover the stories behind the legends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because today you're about to witness the extraordinary life of Patrick Swayze Patrick Wayne. Swayze was born on August 18, 1952, in Houston, Texas. His father, Jesse Wayne, was a blue-collar draftsman, and his mother, Patsy, was a choreographer and dance teacher who owned a ballet school. From Patsy, Patrick inherited discipline, passion, and a love for performance. From his father, he inherited grit and toughness. As a child, Patrick was the definition of restless energy. He trained in ice skating, gymnastics, swimming, football, and martial arts. But most of all, he danced. And yet his masculinity was constantly questioned. In Texas at the time, being a male dancer wasn't exactly celebrated. Patrick endured bullying, teasing, and judgment. But he never quit at first. He dreamed of being a professional football player. But when a knee injury shattered those dreams, Patrick redirected his entire focus. He poured everything into dance. In 1972, he moved to New York City, training at the Harkness Ballet School and the Joffrey Ballet School. There, he pushed his body to the limit, determined to carve out a career in performance. But life had something else planned. Patrick's first big opportunity came on Broadway when he was cast as Danny Zuko in Grease. His charisma was undeniable, his stage presence magnetic. Soon, Hollywood noticed he made his film debut in Skatetown, USA, 1979, followed by a supporting role in Francis Ford Coppola's The Outsiders, 1983. But it wasn't until 1987 that Patrick Swayze became a household name. That year, he starred in a low-budget film no studio expected to succeed. Dirty Dancing, playing Johnny Castle, a working-class dance instructor, Patrick electrified the screen. His chemistry with Jennifer Grey was explosive, his moves unforgettable. And then came the line, "Nobody puts baby in a corner." The movie became a global phenomenon, grossing over $200 million worldwide. It turned Patrick into a sex symbol, an icon and a superstar overnight, but for Patrick, Dirty Dancing was personal. He even co-wrote and sang one of the film's most famous songs, She's Like the Wind. Inspired by his wife, Lisa Niemi, the song was a Billboard hit and revealed another layer of his artistry. Long before Hollywood, Patrick had already met the love of his life. At just 18 years old, he met Lisa Niemi, a dancer training under his mother. They fell in love quickly, and in 1975, they married. Unlike the Hollywood romances that burn fast and fade quickly, Patrick and Lisa's love endured. For 34 years, through success and failure, addiction and illness, they stood by each other. She was his anchor, his muse, His partner in everything, Patrick once said, "She's my woman, my lover, my best friend." And even when he played some of the most romantic roles in cinema, it was Lisa he thought of. After Dirty Dancing, Patrick starred in Roadhouse, 1989, and then Ghost, 1990. Ghost was a cultural phenomenon. His performance as Sam Wheat opposite Demi Moore created one of cinema's most emotional love stories. The pottery scene became legendary, and the film grossed over $500 million, becoming the year's highest-grossing film. Patrick was nominated for Golden Globes, People's Choice Awards, and became one of the most bankable stars of the 1990s. Then came Point Break, 1991, where he starred alongside Keanu Reeves. Playing the adrenaline-fueled surfer Bodhi, Patrick once again proved his versatility. Tough, spiritual, fearless, he wasn't just acting. He was embodying every character he played, but fame brought struggles. The loss of his father in 1982 devastated Patrick. He turned to alcohol to numb the pain. Then, in 1994, his beloved sister Vicky died by suicide, sending him spiraling deeper. Years he battled alcoholism. But unlike many who crumble, Patrick fought back. He went to rehab, rebuilt his strength, and even returned to Broadway in Chicago. Yet life wasn't done testing him. In early 2008, Patrick Swayze was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Doctors gave him only a few months to live. But Patrick was never the kind of man to surrender. He told Lisa, "I'm a dead man." But then he added, "I'm going to fight." He began chemotherapy and experimental treatments. Against all odds, he continued working, starring in the TV drama The Beast. His dedication stunned his colleagues. He would endure hours of filming, then go for treatments, refusing to let the illness break him. In September 2008, he made a public appearance at the Stand Up to Cancer telethon. His words moved millions. "I dream that the word cure will no longer be followed by the words is impossible. Together, we can make a world where cancer no longer means living with fear, without hope or worse." Even as his body weakened, his spirit remained unshaken. In his last months, Patrick spent most of his time at his ranch with Lisa. He rode horses, enjoyed the land he loved, and reflected on a life lived fully. On September 14, 2009, at the age of 57, Patrick Swayze passed away peacefully in his home, holding Lisa's hand. His last words to her were simple, but eternal. "I love you." Patrick Swayze was more than an actor. He was a fighter who refused to quit, a dancer who turned movement into poetry, a husband who loved fiercely, and a man who faced death with dignity. His story is not one of tragedy, but of triumph. Because even though he's gone, his legacy lives on, in every performance, in every song, in every heart. He touched, Patrick Swayze taught us that life isn't about how long we live, but how deeply we love, how bravely we fight, and how passionately we dance. This was Hollywood Vault 8 a.m. Tell us, what's your favorite Patrick Swayze memory? Let us know in the comments below. And if his story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more unforgettable Hollywood stories, because here at Hollywood Vault 8 a.m., legends never die.